Indianapolis. We started a few years ago. We all were from the same high school from the north side of Indy, and we all just kind of got back together. I hadn't seen him in a few years, and he actually hit me up to play like a house party, like kind of like silly, something fun. And then after that, we kind of talking. We had some songs and kind of threw them back and forth to each other, and it just started that way.
Cool. Yeah, and then I knew Jake, and me and Jake always played in high school together, just like random stuff. And then he called me one day and was like, "Yo, come over and play with these two other guys, Beach Towns."
Yeah. And who came up with the name?
Well, this guy came up with the name, but I like to think Funky Junk, him and the other guitar player, but I always like to say that me and Troy actually brought the funkiness into it.
No one knows
they were just
quite
joking.
exactly
They were just
from. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there a story behind like the Altoid box logo that you guys use, or how did you create that concept?
Well, actually, Chandler's dad. What does your dad do? He's really good.
My dad's
he's
just
really good
a
with
nerd.
computers.
He's
good with
He
computers.
like threw that at me I don't know, at some point in time, and I'm like, yeah, we look like we're the type that get anything done. Like, no, he just made a logo. We've been using that because shit, we don't have any other logo to use.
He downplays it though. His dad's a badass engineer, and he's actually come up with a few
silly things.
Computer graphics.
Yeah.
And that one just stuck.
People like
the second I saw that.
Yeah, we like it too.
That's pretty handy. Nice.
Yeah.
Where do you think like your sound came from, or what artists do you guys kind of look up to, or catch little snippets from and try to do something with it?
Well,
me as a bass player, definitely like Phil Lesh, Bob Weir, like Les Claypool. Rob Deerhag from Mo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind
Jam
of
influence.
it's like jam bands for sure, but I mean, like as far as genres go, it's just all over the place. I'm all about reggae and jazz. And this guy, anything from
Bob Seger.
To like old school Cypress Hill or whatever.
I like to think that our we have really no genre because I feel like all of our taste in music is pretty eclectic. So I feel like that's what we kind of try to bring to a show. When you go see us, I hope you don't just think you're coming to see like funk or like this or that. Like, hope you get a little bit of everything. I think that's kind of what makes it a little bit more fun.
Right on. Yeah, that's really exciting.
Brings the crowd. Yeah, it makes more excitement to the show.
Yeah. Sometimes that name is misleading too, because I tell people the funk doesn't describe the music. The funky describes the junk. Alright, so it's an adjective modifying the junk.
That's awesome.
The music, so.
Like when and where was your most memorable show, and why was it memorable?
Definitely for me, I think our first time playing with Vogue.
Yeah.
It was like last minute. We had a week in advance, like notice. Some people had canceled.
Yeah.
We contacted like two other bands.
What
that we're
a wild
with.
experience like that just shows you how much we care about our friends and family and the fans. Like, we had this opening at the Vogue, and it they pretty much kind of screwed up. This band dropped out and they had nothing. They had nothing, and they pretty much
bangers ball.
Yeah, they pretty much let the audience decide, and
they don't really do a whole lot of like local music either.
Yeah,
So.
And I like.
We had like that whole night, us, the Newell Cavalry, and Glow Stick Willie.
Yeah. I kind of like to think that night too, especially kind of brought some more local music back into the Vogue too. I've noticed a lot of more localized bands get in there, and and Jason King from Indie Mojo took over, and I think that definitely helps out a lot. But I like to think that we definitely helped start that a little bit.
For sure, that's really cool.
I feel like every older person I've talked to talks about seeing so many great local bands there, and I didn't never feel like that.
It's a historic venue, and there's a lot of history to it. A lot of great bands have played
Zappa
there.
played on
It feels good to be a part of that group of people that's played on that stage.
You guys have been recording lately. What should we expect to come, like the sound coming out of the recording studio? What should we expect that to sound like?
Pretty solid, I'd say. Out of what we've done, like newer wise, because we did some recordings like beginning of summer.
It's the beginning of summer, and we got that online right now, but I feel like
we crammed like 5 songs into one day.
I feel like they don't maybe necessarily represent us as well as they could now, and I'm really excited to put out. We got a number of songs, probably about EP's worth of songs we put out in the next few months, and I feel like they'll better represent us, especially
some newer stuff that we've written as well.
And just it's hard kind of capturing a live feel to a studio thing, but I feel like
it's totally different. It's totally different.
Hard.
Like we went in, we recorded this song called Miss Brown, and it's starts off bluegrass, but it goes off like when we play it live, it it ends up being some 15-minute funk jam or something at the end. But like so trying to harness that in a like recording setting, it was weird, but it was awesome. I think it was like really big leap for us to be able.
I definitely
to
like
do
being
that.
able to focus on like the small things too that you have to do when you go into a studio, like preciseness and tightness and cleanliness and things.
I feel like maybe you can never really catch like the full energy of a live show or a studio recording.
Yeah.
But I feel like you could catch the spirit and the soul and the heart of a recording, studio. And I feel like the recordings we're about to put out, I feel like they definitely catch more of how our heart and soul feels. I'm really excited to put them out because I feel like
And it's probably more. I mean, it's more polished than the live show. To be perfectly honest, the live show is all just about having fun and like energy and stuff. But in there, it's got to sound good. It's got to sound tight.
And
Yes, you've been recently accepted to the Summer Camp Battle of the Bands competition. Where is that being held, and when is that being held?
That is March 8th at the Mousetrap in Indianapolis.
everybody should come out.
Yeah, and that's our home base for sure. The Trap has let us. They gave us our first opportunity to play like we played this place called Birdies in Indianapolis, which no disrespect, but we're not. Yeah, that wasn't us. So the Mouse gave us like our first opportunity to really play for our atmosphere, and then like they've just let us grow there. We've gotten to play there. I mean, at least like 10 times.
Mousetrap's just it's a real big pleasure for me to be able to play there, to be a part of that, because it's places like that, and I feel like especially in the Midwest, there's a place or two in every city that's got that where they don't want a band that's gonna play the car wash hits. They want a band that comes and like plays their music and lets them grow and lets them and that's I'm so blessed to have that in my life, and I think these two get real.
I've seen so many bands,
great bands,
and drank so many drinks.
Exactly.
Had the greatest time there before that.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
You got this. You got
Give
the
them a
shameless
point.
plug.
Yeah,
Okay.
Actually,
So if you want to find us, get on. Right, we're working on a website right now. But in the meantime, Facebook.com/FunkyJunkBand. We got the stuff on our SoundCloud, links to our SoundCloud up there, a bunch of free music, all the shows. Pretty much anything that you need to know about us is up there. So
Cool. Well, thank you guys.
thank you.
Thank you.